Good morning. What is YouTube or StreamYard doing? I clearly know there's more than one person in here. What are they doing? What a way to start Motab Monday. Good morning, Janaka. Hello, KK. Sherry's in here. Outdoorsy Life. I saw a new name. Kelly Harris. That's not a new name. That's an old stranger. Mir, you old stranger. Sin, good morning. Mirvi, Jean. What did I see? I didn't recognize this name. Hold on. I think it said I sold a deer. Well, welcome. I sold deer. Woo! Welcome, welcome. All right. Everybody ready to go? Excuse me. I didn't mean to do that in your ear. Oh. KK Nichols said all the live videos are like that this morning, showing only a handful of viewers. Figures. It absolutely figures. I mean, it's a Monday. Why not? Woo! What a weekend. Everybody suing everybody. Woo! Every time I turned around, we got some kind of YouTube theater. Jonathan Lee Riches is suing. Ziggy's suing. It's one thing after another, and we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to do a separate show about it because I'm one of those people, call me crazy. I actually enjoy this app. I do. I enjoy, obviously, you guys. I think that we make a difference keeping cases out there. Not like a News Nation does or anything, but you know what I mean. I actually enjoy it. So every time I hear all of this, gonna sue, I'm just like, here we go again. Because it just winds up hurting the rest of us that actually enjoy what we're doing here. You know, friendship, stuff like that. So welcome all 8 of you. Welcome all 8 of you. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for sticking it in and breaking it off. Oh my gosh. Let's tell everybody good morning. Sherry Lynn said, I'm addicted to YouTube. LOL. Let's keep it that way. Sin said JLR is scared for his life. There's something going on there, dude. There's something going on, man. And the water hit hard this week. Said Ziggy was having a damn meltdown. I just got it from her community post. It happened to be on my feed, and I was like, what? She's suing Nana for life? 6 up? Ryan finds truth. Sorry, I got all tongue-tied. And I'm just like, hell is going on? Spring is in the air. Okay. Snow has melted. Tulips are blooming, even if they're fake tulips that I put outside to confuse Linda. Woo! It's one thing after another. We'll talk about that a little bit until we do our entire show on it, so I'm not switching subjects too much. My goodness. But like I said on my Facebook post, and I believe in the description for this, I said, too many hills for me. Too many hills. We got Van Hill, we got Ben Hill, we got Fred Said Hill, we got Frank Hill, we got Paul Hill. Does anyone see there might be a connection there? But I like to sue everyone. Ziggy says, but Andy was on the road that day. Guess what? I was on the road today. You know why? Because I live on this road. Linda will be on the road today. Another neighbor. See, that's what happens when you go to work, go to the grocery store, go to a doctor's appointment, take your kids to school, go visit your parents, go have lunch with a friend. You see, you're going to be on the road. There's really nothing suspicious about it. Sparrow reading my mind. Every apple on the Hill family tree is rotten. Bang on, girl. Bang on. I'm going to go ahead and give you a comment award. Let's do it. Woo! All right, so we're going to rewind a few months ago because this has not left us. And their investigation into Van Hill Road is not over. Okay? I can say that for a fact. I didn't record anything, didn't feel a reason to because, well, we know. They are still investigating. They didn't just say it's an active and ongoing investigation with Summer because we already knew that. Dar. But specifically, I asked about Van Hill Road. That is ongoing, they said. Now, who doesn't want to talk about Van Hill Road? Who? Well, I'll give you a clue. She was worried about essay charges. She was freaked out about CPS being at the house. She plants flowers the day her daughter goes missing because, trust me, Summer was missing way before the planting flowers happened. She wears a rebel cap and flat out said she does not want to talk about that. So let's refresh our memories, please, and por favor.
Of investigation tells us TBI and FBI has searched an area this past week in the continued search for Summer Wells. It's our breaking news tonight.
It's been more than 4 years since Summer Wells was last seen. The then 5-year-old was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community in Hawkins County.
There's been no sign of the little girl since, and law enforcement from several agencies have worked countless tips over the years. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with TBI, who says the case is far from cold. Ansley?
Yeah, Sarah and Casey, there have been more questions than answers.
I just adore her. I do. She is just such a sweet girl, I think. I mean, I've never met her. She could be the biggest bitch in the world. There's just something about her that just seems really warm and congenial. I mean, I think she would be like a perfect match for Brian Hinton if he wasn't gay, but you know what I mean? They'd make a very pretty couple. Well, there's Nana. Nana, what the hell is Ziggy doing? She's going to sue you. This is ridiculous behavior, Nana. Nobody's going to sue Nana. They got to get through all of us first.
Since Summer Wells disappeared from her home in Hawkins County on June 15th of 2021. But today, the TBI confirmed that their agents, along with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, continue to investigate what happened to Summer. They say that last week, on November 13th, their agents, along with detectives, were at a location in the 3500 block of Van Hill Road in Greenville, following up on a lead in the case. That's about 9.5 miles from the Wells family home on Ben Hill Road via State Route 347. Now, we followed up with the TBI asking if they could provide details about the nature of the tip, if anything substantiated from it, and how long it had been since their agents followed up on a lead like this in the field. The spokesperson couldn't tell us those details, but said that agents follow up on leads as they come in, and the investigation remains active and ongoing. Now, this is the first update outside of law enforcement sharing age-progressed photos and ensuring the case is not cold and that they haven't forgotten about Summer. We also reached out to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, Ronnie Lawson, and have yet to hear back from him or his office. It's important to note, though, that there is still an active Amber Alert for Summer, and no one has been arrested or charged in connection to her disappearance.
Okay. Nothing has changed. They are still putting together whatever they found on Van Hill Road. Well, I tell you what, Ace is on the case. Look at this. This is a short from Ryan Finds Truth, who is, I guess, also getting sued by Ziggy. I don't know who. Mark yourself safe in the chat if you're not being sued by Ziggy or JLR, because it looks like we're all kind of in some trouble according to those two. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, look at her. Look, what is she going to? She's putting up flyers after all this time, and someone's recording her. Of course. For what? Dawn to take him down? Look at Captain Ziggy. And I don't mean Ziggy, Ziggy as in cigarette. Look at that. Wow. She got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. She going around. She putting up the flyers. Yeah, old Can't. Yeah, this is old Can't. For those of you just coming in, it's Motab Monday, and we are live and shit.
It's fucking live, you dumbass.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Can't stop.
Okay, whatever. Play your little game, Donnie.
All right, I'm gonna have to go. She don't think we're live and shit, okay? And she's fucking going off and acting like an alcoholic. I have to get off here now.
That's fine.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so much
y'all.
for talking to us.
Don, I'll
All right,
talk to you
thank you.
later.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Okay.
Candace.
Let's put your
Thank you.
dick later.
That is fucking live, you dumb bitch. You are stupid, man.
I just discussed my back. That's all I asked.
Fucking live, you fucking bitch.
Oh, they just seen that. You're a dumbass. They just seen you punch me in my throat.
Whatever, man.
You're a dumbass. You're a real dumbass. You're a real dumb fucking ass. They just seen when you throw me in the punch. You're a dumbass.
Did you just get
By the way, thank you to the 86% of you that said you are going to, that you have hit the like and you're going to hype the video. And the 14% of you that said, nah, I'm good. Does anybody know who was recording Captain Can't that day? It looks like she had a bra on. Yeah. Did someone have to throat her in the punch in order to put a bra on her? Jananka, not just a dumbass. Candace said, you a dumbass. You're a real fucking dumbass. Oh, okay. It was TT. I don't know who TT is. Who's TT? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I was just curious as to who would walk around with her dumbass all day and who made the flyers, who got her the staple gun. Her britches don't fit, but her cigarette does, because I'm telling you what, she can even move her mouth and she can ash with it in her mouth. She didn't even have to take it out of her mouth. She can inhale, exhale, and move her mouth around and ash her cigarette. Oh, Tennessee Truth. Hey, I see you. Do you know what's going on with YouTube? Why it's not showing active viewers? I mean, it doesn't really matter because I can see in the comments who's in here. Tell you what, that YouTube is always doing something. Okay, well, good for Tennessee Truth. All right. Yeah. ICU says YouTube sucks. Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Especially when people are constantly getting sued on it. Woo! 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 What to do? What to do? I just want to know what hair got up Candace's ass, and don't try to mentally picture that. I don't want anyone throwing up. That she decided that this weekend was the weekend after all this time to advocate for summer. Oh my. Oh my. And record it, not just put them up. I've never seen a recording of Nana for Life doing any of her activism. Nope, never. She's not in it for the fame. She's not in it for the thank yous. Nothing. But we had to make sure this was recorded. Did she win at coin pushing? And that's where she got the money? Oh, silly me. No, we know she wouldn't spend coin pushing money on that. It is something. Okay, a name that has never left my brain in this case is Clyda Trent. She's very rarely talked about, okay? Very rarely talked about. And I'm finding a lot of things on her. I'm not picking on her, but she knows a lot. Matter of fact, a lot of people know a lot, and I just think they either don't want to be involved or they might be worried about some of their other crimes. But Clyda has made it clear that the boys were to be taken the night of, but they had nowhere to put them. And so she took the boys. Okay, interesting why she was even there. Did she live there at the time? Because I've never gotten a straight answer, because she's from Utah. And many people have said that she might have taken Summer to Utah with her. Now, I'm not going to reach that far, but she does know a lot about this family. Hell, she's the one that performed the marriage ceremony of Don and Candace. She is very good friends with his mother, may she rest in peace. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Nana said she absolutely didn't spend any money. Tennessee Truth made the flyers, printed, and she laminated them. So that she didn't just go and stick up some flyers. She laminated them and all. That shit's not cheap, my friends. It is not cheap. Now, regardless of what some people say, that Clyda doesn't know anything and her stories are all a dead end. Don Wells, what have I lied about? You? Nothing. But you are more than welcome to come up. More than welcome. There's the link. Come on up. Not you, buddy. Nobody'd ever accuse you of lying. Shit, man. All right, so our favorite detective next to Chris McDonough and Lieutenant Joe Kenda, Lisa K. Ruetz. Okay, at one point, she kind of had a lot of people fooled in the beginning of this case. Like, they really believed she knew these people. They really believed she was on the inside, and they were hanging off her every word. I mean, in Michelle After Dark's group and others. Okay, so this lady said, I feel like someone needs to look into the LDS and Clyda Trent again. Or is it a dead end? Here comes Lisa K. It took her maybe all of 3 seconds. Dead end with Clyda, yes. Okay, from there, the conversation stopped. Nobody said another word because Lisa said it. Very dangerous, in my opinion. Very dangerous. Okay? So let's get to Clyda. This is from Backwoods Georgia Girl, and I really wish she'd come back because she had a lot of very, very interesting information.
You did that. And then at a future date, I don't know how many years went by, I thought it wise to just deed it over to Donnie Wells because he was living there, you know.
Correct. So she deeded the house over to Donnie Wells. I still don't understand why she had any ownership in that gorgeous piece of property. Ha ha. She goes, well, he's living there, so I just thought I would deed it to him.
So
How
that's
how far back does it go to their ownership of the property?
oh Donnie's.
Yes,
Oh,
starting with the first owner before it was deeded over. Is it within the family, the property?
well, Karen Goat bought it from somebody up in Kingsport a long time ago.
I wonder.
And then she did it to me, and then I eventually deeded it to Donnie.
Gotcha. And what's your affiliation with Don in Utah?
Is he in Utah? I thought he was still out in Tennessee.
No, he's in jail right now, but he's in Tennessee, but I do know that Utah is another place that he tends to go often.
Yes, his dad lives up north of where.
He's in Tennessee, but I do know that Utah is another place that he tends to go often.
Yes, his dad lives up north of where I live.
Okay.
There's a lot going on here. So for Lisa K. Ruitz, in her infinite wisdom, to say Clyda Trent is a dead end, she's fucking crazy. She deeded the house over to Dawn. Okay? They have big connections with each other. Family, way back in the day connections. And now it looks like 10 of you have new connections because Angel P made it rain. Woo!
Tends to go often.
Yes, his dad lives up north of where I live.
Okay. And you're in Utah.
Yes, but I used to live about 30 or 40 minutes from him.
Okay. And then I also see that you lived at one time at 110 Ben Hill Road.
No, that's Donnie's address, 110 Ben Hill Road.
Okay, it says that it's.
No, Clyda, she is saying to you that she can see in the records that at one time you lived there. The question is, why did she have any control over that property at all? Why? And I know she's an old lady. I know it. What is she like? I don't even know her age right now at this point. I know she's older. I don't want to call anyone old. But she's another one that turned her head away from obvious child abuse.
Because you were the real estate associated through the real estate company, maybe?
I don't know. But, my name was on the deed for several years.
Okay. And I don't know, do you have any thoughts or anything you'd like to share about the Summer Wells case?
It's just tragic because they don't know how their daughter's doing, or if she's dead or alive or here or there. That would, being a mother, that just drive me wild.
Are you in contact at all with Candace or Grandis? Candace.
I haven't been for probably, I think the last time we were in contact maybe was when I was out there end of December.
Mm-hmm. So you were there the end of December. How was the family then?
Okay, she's talking about several years ago, December, not in a couple months ago.
When did the kids get taken away? About that time?
No, in June. They were taken away in July. June 15th, Summer went missing, and then child they took the children as well.
Yes, actually, I was out there then, and
Okay, this is the part that really needs concentration, because I feel as if this could go really much deeper, because first she says she hasn't been out there since December 21st. And then she says she was out there right before the kids were taken. Listen real closely to the timeline, you guys. It's all wrong. They took the children as well.
yes, actually,
Her statements are extremely important. I don't care what Lisa K. Ruitt says, that she says Clyda is a dead end. Clyda has been interviewed by the police, according to her, multiple times. So no, it's not a dead end, because believe it or not, police don't really like to waste their time when they're trying to solve a crime, okay? And this is backwoods Georgia girl talking to her. She did a great interview with her. She was calm. She asked questions, but she wasn't intrusive like somebody you might know named Brooks. She let her talk. I hate when people have somebody on a panel and like we want to hear from them and they're like talking over them all the time. Can't stand it. Especially someone that is this close to the core of the storm. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, look for my next show about Clyda Trent. It's going to be called Not a Dead End. Okay?
They took the children as well.
yes, actually, I was out there then, and the DCS, is that right?
Yes.
Department of Children's Services. Let's see. I called Donnie because me and my friend wanted to visit them, and so we did. Well, he said, I said, I can come out Wednesday or Thursday. Which one is best for you? He said, well, DCS is coming Wednesday about 6:30 and come in. I said, oh, no, I'll just come, Thursday. He said, well, I'm tied up Thursday. Please come Wednesday. So we ended up.
Obviously, she knows them very well. Dawn wanted her to come get the boys. And he said, well, CPS is coming on Wednesday. And she goes, oh, well, thinking, obviously you need to see them. Then she goes, I'll just come on Thursday. Mr. Busybones, Dawn, says, oh, I'm tied up on Thursday. He's got shit stacked up. He's got other stuff to do than worry about his sons, who they know they have a heap of trouble on him, and his missing daughter. Oh, I'm tied up. I'm tied up. I'm tied up. Okay. Now, some of the things I have come across with this lady and her SDA connections will freak you out. Dead end my ass is probably what the name of the show is going to be. Okay? Dead end my ass. So she has made arrangements to go get the boys, but Dawn's tied up.
I'll just come, Thursday. He said, well, I'm tied up Thursday. Please come Wednesday. So we ended up housing.
Okay, this is very, very important part. She says, Clyda Trent says, they ended up taking the boys the first night because DCS did not have a place to put them. They had no holding facility. So this idea that they were planning to take the boys for years before, they were there to take the kids. They were so ill prepared, they did not even have a place to take the boys. Miss Clyda Trent kept them.
The first night after the. Do you understand that makes no sense? I'm trying to figure this out. Listen.
Housing the kids that first night after they left.
The first night after the. You mean after DCFS took the kids?
Yes, did not have a place to put them.
Who is WCIA? I thought this was Backwoods Georgia Girl. The woman talking to her is Clyda Trent. So who's WCIA? Y'all, help me out. Help me out. Hey, Stephen, what you doing?
It was, they didn't have a holding place. It was school or something down in Rogersville. So they asked us if they could come and stay there over at Churchill.
Oh, wow. At that time, Summer was already gone.
Yes.
So she was there. Summer was already gone. And she's actually saying she was there the day that she went missing.
Okay, here's where I began to start to lose my patience with this person. Okay, she came in July, the day that the boys were taken. Summer went missing June 15th. She is not saying she is there when Summer went missing. How hard is that to understand? Excuse me for my snarkiness. I'm irritated.
Makes no sense. Were you there when Summer went gone? Because they were gone the day they were supposed to get picked up.
No, she was already gone. Yeah, she was gone.
See, this is a problem. I have a problem with this.
Something down in Rogersville. So they asked us if they could come and stay there over at Churchill.
Oh, wow. At that time, Summer was already gone.
Yes.
So were you there when Summer went gone? Because they were gone the day they were supposed to get picked up.
No, she was already gone. Yeah, she was gone.
Which one talking is WCIA? Someone's talking to Clyda Trent. Clyda Trent's not WCIA, or are you telling me that Clyda Trent is? Somebody said it means witchcraft in action. That gets me all giddy. Sin XOXO said WCIA is the one who pauses and sees spirits. I'm about to see a fucking spirit until someone explains to me what I'm listening to. Or I'm going to get my own spirits. Oh, I know who she is. Oh, hails bells. Oh, okay. Whack job.
They were supposed to get picked up.
No, she was already gone. Yeah, she was gone.
So you're telling me Backwoods Georgia Girl or whatever, she changed her name to Witchcraft in Action? Okay, so she changed her channel name is what you're saying. Woo! Woo! And welcome back, Turkey Creek. Me missed you. Me missed you long time. Okay, I'm going to concentrate on Clyda and no witchcraft for me today. Thank you. I'm good.
They were supposed to get picked up.
No, she was already gone. Yeah, she was gone. And
No, DCFS was supposed to come
Wednesday.
the night, correct. And then she was gone on that 15th, the day before. So.
No, wait a minute. There's something messed up about that.
You think?
The kids, were taken after Summer.
Correct. Oh, yes, the boys were taken after.
noticed, and I told DCS, I've been, playing with the boys, entertaining my.
She totally won't answer the question. She's avoiding it. Now she's going to a safe place.
They're interviewing the parents, and the three boys were very nice. They acted like boys, and they knocked around a little bit, but they weren't mean to each other, and they didn't yell curse words, and they were just nice kids. It's so sad.
How was Summer?
I didn't see her. Remember?
When you knew and saw her before, do you have anything to share about the way Summer?
Okay, this person sounds vain. Sorry, wrong adjective. This person sounds sane. So, man, I'm about to totally get this train off the tracks. So when do old WCIA become crazy? Because this person is doing a really good interview, and I've heard about the other stuff that she's done. And welcome new members. Who all got one? Let's see. Astrology, welcome. Karma Rules, welcome. Micro Blue, welcome. X Paul, welcome. Cheryl, my girl, welcome. Kylie's Nail Candy, cool name. How does this old lady fit into the story, please? She's saying it for herself. She was very, very, very good friends with Dawn's mom. She actually had the deed to the house. She knows the kids very well. When Summer disappeared, she took the boys. She knew that CPS was there on the 14th, and she knew they were coming back on Wednesday. That's a lot of information for someone to know, for someone like Lisa K. Ruitz to say it's a dead end. And you have to remember, with her advanced age, she may not be understanding all of the questions. I understand that she's a little hard of hearing, but this is going to get me in trouble. I will say her eyes work just fine. And so for all the times that she saw this family, she knew abuse was going on. Okay? Remember, she's very tight with this family. She performed the marriage ceremony between William and Kate. I'm sorry, between Dawn and Candace.
So sad.
How was Summer?
I didn't see her. Remember?
When you knew and saw her before, do you have anything to share about the way Summer is or was?
Well, it might have been. How old was she when she was taken?
5.
Yeah, I think I saw her last when she was 3 or 4. And she was really a happy child.
Okay. Did you hear what Miss Trent, who spent time with the children, just said? The boys were well behaved. They didn't cuss. They weren't mean to each other. She goes on to say that Summer was a happy little girl that loved her mother and father. So this narrative that, these children were out of control, hurting each other, mean children, their parents were just totally neglectful and abusive. This eyewitness, this person who spent time with them.
Eyewitness to the Holler royalty. Thank you, Miss North Musings. I'm going to keep that on the tip of my tongue. Wanda Green, why is this woman telling lies about the kids? Why did this woman deed that house over to Dawn unless she just wanted to get out of paying the damn taxes? She might have been tired of doing that. And not think anything about CPS or the abuse. She's very close with the whole family. I'm like, generationally, they go back.
Just stated completely the opposite. How do you get happy, well-behaved, polite children when you're abusive and neglectful? You don't. And Henry agrees. He said, quit spreading lies and rumors.
Anything about her you'd like to share? Because most of my listeners and most people that file this case really don't know her and have never seen her. Only thing we know about her is through social media.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to hear someone's words.
Yeah, and she loved to dance, you know, and she loved her daddy. And, you know, of course, she loved her mother, but, you know, she's, you know, that daddy-daughter thing where they wrap their...
Total cover up for indecency. That's exactly what this is. And I hate to tell Clyda Trent, but you are closer to the grave than you are the cradle, girl. It's time you get right with the man upstairs. I don't give a rat's ass what church you go to. LDS, SDA, I don't care. I don't care if you worship with WCIA every Sunday. You are closer to the grave than the cradle.
daddy around their little finger, that expression.
Yeah. What do you personally feel happened to Summer?
I am stumped, just like everybody else. I've heard rumors of ugly stuff, and, you know, I don't know. Just don't know.
I know. No one knows except for the person who knows. Oh, no one knows except for the person who knows.
Yes.
And I believe that's Candace.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of human trafficking in Morristown, someone.
Yeah.
My friend just me on the phone, because I'd already come back from Utah, that her granddaughter almost got taken. She got off the bus at home, and two people, or I don't know, a car came up and was about to grab her, but she ran away, and her mother ran toward her, and then they took off in the car. That's how
fast it happens.
Pardon?
Happens in a second.
Yes.
It happens in a second.
Until another one got stolen in Morristown out of her backyard. But she screamed and yelled and kicked and everything. And about two miles down the road, they let her out.
Wow.
So she.
And that's horrible, you idiot. That's horrible. You know, somebody tried to steal a little girl getting off the school bus. Summer wasn't on any school bus. She was under the supervision of Candace and Candace all day long. All day long. All eyes were on Summer all day long. You happened to be in Tennessee. Yes, ma'am, you did. You lived 40 minutes away from Dawn. We know you live in Utah now, but you got the hell out of Dodge, you and Candace, real quick. There's something about Clyda that's really rubbing me the wrong way. Okay? She also, unless I've been lied to, which I don't think so, she's also very tight with the Hill family. And as we know, Fred said a lot of things. Fred said Hill has said a lot of shit. Okay? Almost 3 years ago, he was in the jail with that Dumb and Dumber haircut, Fred the newlywed. Well, he's a newlywed now. And he's talking about caves and Cotton Simpson, had to have a polygraph. And then we go back to, Andy was on the road that day. Andy lives on the road. Andy lives on the road. I'm not saying Andy's innocent. I'm not saying Andy's guilty. Same with Fred said. Okay? Same with Fred said. I do not know. But the gatekeeping for these scumbags really hacks me off.
Contact inmatesales.com at 702-931-3938 to have your number set to do not record. Please select from the following options. If you consent to this call being recorded, then to accept this call, dial 1 now. To reject this call, your call has been accepted.
Hello? Hey, what's going on? I don't know where she got arrested at. I'm trying to still figure that out. I mean, Hawkins County. She's in Hawkins County.
She's going to be in Hawkins County?
Yeah. You didn't know that? I messaged you. I sent you an email to tell you. Oh. She had it looks like she had a possession and a possession charge and a paraphernalia charge. Meth, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why you would think that she would have known that they would be watching her, you know?
Well, I don't know why would she.
Why she what?
Why she would even have anything?
Why she would even have anything on her? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why she would have.
Man, they.
Okay, everybody, this is something I never ask for, but if you want to, it's totally up to you. You know what's in your wallet. You know your budget. If you could please put some money in here in case Ziggy sues me for this. Okay? Please. Okay? I'm waiting. Tina said she looks like she's geeking out. For real. For real. Actually, she's not. She's horny. If you notice, she's holding the phone with her right hand and the left hand has disappeared. Again, the lawsuit just went up to another mill, so don't be shy. Put that money in. Wait, so how many kids does Fred have? Way too many since he doesn't take care of any of them. Not a one of them. Yep, I need $45. I'm going to sound like Bernie Sanders. $27. $27 is all it takes. I need $45 to play this because Ziggy has everything copywritten.
Your guys' phone system sucks. It cuts in and out.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I talked to Laura 3 hours before she was arrested.
When did she get arrested?
Yeah, she got arrested at like 12:30 in the morning today. So yeah, late last night, early this morning at 12:30. So hey, did you have court this morning?
No, I don't have court.
Hey, it's listed here on it said that you had court this morning. It said 6:23 at 9 a.m. Yeah, I just noticed this like today and I was like, oh my God, or I saw it late last night and I was like, oh my God, he has court this morning. What was that?
She looks like a younger Natasha Cooper. I never put that together. Yeah, she does. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, okay, it's rolling in. It's rolling in, everybody. We might be safe today. We might be safe today. We might be safe today. Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you. Thank you for having my back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're almost there. We're almost there. Now, I don't want her smelling her fingers anymore since I lost trace of her left hand. Okay? Don't smell your fingers. No moss.
October the 31st.
Yeah, I don't even see that court date anymore.
Well, hell, I don't know. They may sounds better.
A little bit. What'd you say? Maybe they what?
When we got on the phone or the interview yesterday,
Yeah.
they took me up to
They did? Again? They gave you a lie detector test?
Ugh, now you got to clean that phone. Damn it, now I'm smelling my fingers. That shit pisses me off.
I think they may have found her, though.
You think they may have found her?
Because he went straight up answer me. When I asked him if she was in the cave.
In the cave? You think, is that where you were thinking she was?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying she was off like a cliff.
She is underwater.
Underwater? So when did you learn this? Through what?
A person
so you heard this? I mean, who did you speak to?
Oh my gosh, she just wiped her eye. Oh Lord. Now she's got her juice pit in her eyeball. Y'all, it's too early for this. It is too early. Ugh. Ugh. No. And thank you, Mrs. Mama. That will go to my legal defense.
It sucks. That phone's... Is there another phone there you can call me on? Or is there just one phone?
There's that thing about it.
They're all used?
Yeah.
Hey, who did you talk to? Did you talk to TBI or Hawkins County?
I talked to Hawkins County, I think.
You think it was Hawkins County?
Yes.
Who was it that questioned you?
It was Lieutenant. I don't know.
Lieutenant Pruitt or not? I don't know.
I don't know which it was.
So you think that they may have found her, really?
Listen, the technology is there. I'm just glad it's not being used for, what they call smell-o-vision. On the Jetsons, when Jane would look at recipes for the night and she could smell the recipe and see how to make it. We don't need that technology. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Nope. No, ma'am. No, thank you. I'm good. I've got my lemon candle going. That's all the smell I want.
Because they wouldn't answer.
They would
just say that they found the cave.
They found the cave?
Yeah.
So, okay, once again.
When I asked if they found
Yeah.
they found the cave.
So when you asked if they found Summer, they want to answer you?
No.
They avoided the question?
Yes, so it makes sense that they did.
And
then that's when the lie.
They gave you a lie detector test? Did you pass?
They're wanting to give me the lie detector.
Oh, are you going to take it?
Not yet.
Are you going to?
Yes, I don't mind.
You said yes? Okay, awesome.
That juice pit is getting smeared everywhere. She just scratched her back and her armpit. All of this while talking to Fred about Summer. Okay? No, they're not going to tell Fred if they found Summer. They didn't tell him anything about a cave. Of course, they asked him more questions about Summer because he's still a person of interest. But they knew that he knew things about Cotton Simpson that were in the case file that only someone that's involved would know. Okay? Turkey Gal. 2023 is this call.
So, okay, when did you find, when,
That's what makes me think of him.
that's what makes you think they found her?
Yes. To clear me from it.
Oh, to clear you? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So can you tell me, when did you find out, or have you known this information for a long time and just kept it to yourself?
Well, no, I'm not.
Huh?
I've not known it that long.
You haven't known it that long?
No.
Okay.
This man,
Never repeat someone's bad grammar back to them, okay? Friend to friend, I'm telling you. Never do that. So when someone says, I haven't noted that long, he didn't say noted that long. The correct word, we learned this in 3rd grade, is haven't known very long. She goes, you haven't noted that long? And I'm like, what? What?
just got out of jail not.
He just got out of jail?
Yeah, and he took something and had told me he,
Before he passed away?
well, they found him dead in the cave.
So you've known since at least February then, right?
Yeah. But this man that the stuff that you just to take with a grain of salt, you know. Because he's actually had.
He's what?
He acts crazy.
He acted crazy half the time? And he talked to you specifically about Summer?
Yes.
Are they gonna, so what?
And the only one I talked to was you and Malcolm.
So,
I wasn't putting nothing out there. It was nothing.
okay. Oh, well, shit. Yeah.
But they just want make it fail.
Are they thinking more than that it's several people involved? Huh?
Yes.
Can you say what Roy told you? Or are you not allowed to?
I'm not allowed to really.
Okay, yeah, don't get into trouble then. Maybe you can tell me down the road. Wait.
Yeah.
All right. It's real.
Yeah, when we boot Laura and we're together, we'll have some pillow talk and you can tell me all about what you're not supposed to tell me. That's a very wise thing to tell an inmate on a recorded call. Also very wise to record a government recorded call. That's what we're dealing with. Okay. Again, thank goodness there's no smell-o-vision. Thank goodness.
In the beginning, just hold your head up, and you'll come clean and up.
Well,
it's one of those crazy.
I can't understand you at all, unfortunately. The phone is so messed up.
Let me go to another one.
Okay.
Ooh, yes.
I think he's gonna try to call me on another line, guys. I couldn't understand him at all. It sucks, man.
We got the gist. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover my ass here. Okay, so this is her YouTube channel. We're going to do another show about this because I'm fully intrigued. And whether people want to believe it or not, this is being done on the back of Summer Wells being missing. Okay? Some people are like, go great guns, Ziggy. Get on it. Get on it. Yeah. Ooh, Bonnie said, call me back, lover. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. But I don't have any because I'm always on the internet getting money from them. If you want to be my lover, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so she's suing Six Up, and she said that she has a proof of service for her to file for the courts. I don't know what she means, proof of service. Where I come from, and Turkey Gal comes from, which is Oklahoma. By the way, we use horrible grammar here. We run our sentences together. Like, what do you mean? Say that in another state, they have no idea what you're saying. So I can't really pick on anyone's grammar. However, proof of service here is someone has served you, like a process server. Could be different in Indiana, I don't know, or wherever Six Up lives. But an email is not, at least in this state, and we fuck everything up. So I'm going to assume that it's the same way everywhere else. An email is not a proof of service. So anyway, I am very aware that I have to register the videos in question with the copyright registry. You'll get your ass kicked. Ask Daisy and ask Nick in Spokane, Washington. Okay? Ask them. And they will put a false strike on your channel. They will. And it never goes away. It doesn't fall away in 90 days. It doesn't fall away in a year. Okay? I am very aware I have to register the videos in question with the copyright registry. That is something that has to be done in advance of our court date. What court date? I will get that done before the 21 days, but something tells me you'll flake and not file shit. Nobody files anything when they're getting sued. They show up. What is she supposed to file? Okay? The only thing she's going to file is when Six Up gets this YouTube strike, and she's going to go bing, 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 boop, boop, boop. She's going to reply to YouTube, fair use, 1973. They're going to kick it back to Ziggy and say, get an attorney. You're going to have to fight this out in court. But, whew, she said, you have latched onto me so tight and never let up because you saw the money. That's all evil, like all you cares about. You don't care about the harassment you've done to me and how it's affected my life for years. It wasn't because you truly believed in a cause. I think Six Up does believe in her cause, okay? I think she truly, truly does. Because she seems to be pretty dedicated to exposing certain things. I've gone to try and get me banned. CPS trying to take my child away when you have lost all of yours. I don't know that she knows that, but okay. My electric company, while impersonating me, which, by the way, you should have been arrested for, and I could have contacted police and was very much in my right to do so. Well, why didn't you? You've reached out to my family. Your ex says you broke my car window? What? Oh, I thought this lady lived states away from her. You're telling me she traveled all that way? How does she know her electric company? Asking for a friend. You've had this coming for years and have never once in all those years slowed down or stopped your harassment. This is all very much deserved, and you know it. And so do all these people who claim to support you. So don't you worry, I'll get my shit handled over here. Motion for sanctions pursuant to Rule 11. You have 21 days to withdraw your complaint before this is filed. Okay, and there's their emails right there. Holy shit. Okay. I'm not sure where this came from. I'm really not sure where it came from, but okay. I guess she's saying that since she acknowledged the email, I'm guessing, that it's all good in the hood until she gets her homework done in 21 days. I don't know. Okay, she's also after Ryan Finds Truth. Okay. These fools make it too easy to prove what they're up to. Ryan made a post claiming, I'm the only one that worships Satan here. Oh my gosh. The only thing I've said about his daughter is that she's a Satanist, which is clearly listed on her Facebook. You guys deleted her Facebook, and I don't want people to see the truth because you're a fake, phony, and a fraud, in my opinion. You should have stopped a long time ago with your false narrative campaign in Summer Wells' name. Whew. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Then she's after Nana for life. Now, when it comes to Nana for life, and I don't really get into this drama stuff, but this time I feel compelled. And all I can say, everyone, is we ride at dawn. Okay? Nana for life doesn't have a bad bone in her body, a bad tooth in her head. Everything she does is for the right reason. Make it make sense. According to them, this Bill dude is amazing, but Fred is a monster. What the F is really going on? Well, let's see for ourselves.
The way it can be killing shit, I mean yelling out like the scream house. Yelling out, we ain't selling out, we got money, but we. I called them and told them that I have not yet received my birth certificate, and I really want to change my name back to my maiden name, Million. I do not want to be associated with the Shipley name. So the reason.
Okay, Bill Shipley was almost run over by Dawn Wells. Why would anyone... okay. Beep. I'm turning that off right now.
I canceled divorce court. I do not want to stay married to this guy. But when my car was stolen, my birth certificate was in it, and I had coming from Georgia, and I haven't got it yet. But yeah, no, I do not want to be with that guy. He killed my dog. He killed his last wife, and
Bill Shipley killed her dog and his last wife. FML.
He's threatened my family, including a 5-month-old baby. I don't want anything to do with the Shipley name. Fuck him. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not quite sure why anyone's... Don't know. Okay, back to Fred Said. Well, we know who else has been buzzing around the net. Al Gore's internet. That is JLR, and over the weekend, he also said he's going to be suing a lot of people. He said, seriously, I'm about to sue some YouTubers. It's going to be funny. Discovery is fun. Depositions are the best. Face-to-face with the defendant in front of the judge is mentally stimulating. Laughing at them going in and out of the court is comical. He goes on to say, no one on this planet has sued more people than me. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Losses, it should say losses. Loses is still a win. Losses are still wins. I've filed over 5,000 lawsuits in my lifetime. I wrote a book about it. I'm about to sue some more. Now, I did read on his Wikipedia that he is limited with his lawsuits, but not totally. It's got to have some relevance. And we know what he's upset about. It's not using his content. It's about talking about what happened between him and Magnolia. Woo. So if he does sue, my question is, who is he going to sue? Who? Because, I mean, he's the only person, well, that I know, that has to get an approval before he can sue someone. I mean, even Ziggy doesn't have to do that. I mean, my goodness. ICU could sue me right now over anything. It would just fly right through and we'd meet in court and go have lunch and have a laugh. But no, he has to have an approval. So watch this clip. This is from JLR, and this is when Dawn is threatening Fred Hill. Again, too many hills for me. Too many hills for me.
From their channel. Now, Don Wells was talking about Fred Hill, and he made threats at Fred Hill. Unbelievably threats. I cannot believe that Don Wells would be threatening Fred Hill, but he did. And he also shared a lot about his feelings on Fred Hill. If you guys don't know who Fred Hill is, that is a neighbor of Don and Candace Wells in Hawkins County, right around where Summer Wells went missing. But I'm going to share this clip with you right here, right now. And also credit to the YouTube channel Ziggy, who actually spoke to Fred.
All right, Facebook fixed their glitch. It shows how many people are really in here. If you're in the bushes, please come out and say hello and good morning. And please, 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 don't forget to hit the like. And if you haven't used your hypes up yet, you can use one on your old buddy Brooks. Okay? I think you get 3 a week. Not allowed to hype my own channel. Very, very unfair. People can vote for themselves in politics. Why can't I like and hype my own channel? Very unfair. Very unfair. Very unfair. So if you're in the background, in the bushes at work or whatever, just hit the like, please. You too, Ziggy and JLR. Please hit the like.
Fred Hill, who was in jail, by the way, just got arrested, but was able to get an image of him via the, the telephone jailhouse phone call. So I'm using that photo. Credit to Ziggy for that. So check this clip out, and then we will further discuss.
Fred Hill, that's where Fred Hill is now. A block. He's probably got my old cell. A05.
Dang.
From what I heard, though, he's in there for protection reasons, though, ain't he?
That's what they told me.
I reckon he got pretty. He got a rude awakening when he come in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that story. He probably ripped somebody off. Is what it is.
We probably found somebody in there that he'd already ripped off, and they's like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
Well,
look,
people in there might be mad at him for other things going on the outside.
Fred Hill used to roam around. I'd get up, like if I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning or something and looking around, he'd be out on somebody's horse with a flashlight, riding around for who knows what reason.
That's weird.
All night long. I caught him one time. I went to talk to him. I've talked to him several times because I thought he has to know something. I caught him on other people's property.
Hold on. He gets up at 2 o'clock in the morning and sees Fred on a horse. How? Fred's a cowboy? Is he bareback, or does he like oil the saddle and everything? Does he wear spurs? I'm trying to picture this image. And the only thing that Dawn does at 2 in the morning is think about Summer when he's up to take a piss.
Every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking him why. Very first thought I have every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking him why.
Woo!
I went to talk to him. I've talked to him several times because I thought he has to know something. I caught him on other people's property, taking stuff from other people's property.
Oh, that's what he's doing on the horse then with a flashlight.
Well, he has a golf cart, and he was on a golf cart and taking people's stuff from other people's property. And I never said nothing.
Who was on the golf cart? Fred or the horse? We go from horse to golf cart. He's on a horse, Cowboy Fred said, with a flashlight, galloping around other people's property. You can't see shit from up on that hill. I've never been. I've never had the honor. I just know so many other people have told me it's hard enough to get up that driveway, let alone see anything when you're up there. Doesn't matter what time of year. But he sees, he's like, oh, he knows a lot. I got a lot of questions to ask him. Well, do it, big boy. Do it. Do it. So who's driving the golf cart? Fred or the horse?
Taking stuff from other people's property.
Oh, that's what he's doing on the horse then with a flashlight.
Well, he has a golf cart, and he was on a golf cart and taking people's stuff from other people's property. And I never said nothing till this point.
Yeah. Well, hell, I mean, the truth is the truth, and to be honest with you, somebody gets hooked on that meth, and he'll say anything in that daggum jail to say what he's got to say. That's why, you know what? I'm like, I'm taking his word with a grain of salt because I think he's jonesing to get out of there to get drugs.
Of course.
So, you know, I'm like, well, I want an end to this, and I want a resolution, but, you know, I want Summer to be okay. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want him to be lying and just trying to get out of jail and trying to work some kind of deal or something. That ain't cool at all.
He's been lying since day one.
But I don't trust him either, though. I don't.
I've been up to his house several times trying to get answers, and he started talking about meth monkeys out in the woods and everything else, stirring me off in the wrong direction.
He's talking about meth monkeys out in the woods. Dawn can't get any information because Fred's talking about meth monkeys out in the woods. Dawn said it basically throws him off track, so he forgets he's there to ask him about Summer, probably because Dawn thinks the monkeys are actually selling meth, okay? So instead of continuing his interrogation about his daughter, he's running around looking for monkeys that sell meth. That I can explain to you, okay? Got it.
I mean, yeah, all kinds of wild stories he tell me, and I just leave there.
Another one, you know, how do we know he's not even making this? You know, dead men tell no tales, right?
Exactly. He's just trying to get notoriety, money on his books. That's all he cares about.
And I thought it was convenient when I found out that old Cotton was dead.
Exactly. He's going to blame it on the dead man. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sometimes people will do things to get the, get the look off themselves, blame it on a dead person. That's a good way to go about it.
Well, I'll guarantee you the detectives are trying to talk to him, but he keeps talking way out in left field somewhere. And that's why I want to beat his ass so bad. Because he could be the person responsible for Summer's disappearance. Because he got meth heads going in and out of our road day and night, all day long, all night long. And he could be the person responsible for Summer's disappearance. And he wants to sit there and talk crazy.
Dawn is actually right. Dawn is actually right. He wants to talk crazy about meth monkeys and all that stuff, which, like I said, Dawn went out there thinking that he could just rip the monkeys off. He didn't really think there would be a cash exchange with the monkeys for the meth. This I will agree with. He could have more information. He could be involved. Hence the could. Too many arrows point towards Fred. He knows things about the Cotton Simpson murder that only somebody involved would know. He lives on Ben Hill Road. He saw Candace at 4:30 the day that Summer went missing. And his family is the property under investigation right now on Van Hill Road. I don't know about you ladies, but those coinky dinks would scare the shit out of me. Okay? A lot. Those coinky dinks would scare the shit out of me. And the sad fact of the matter is, we haven't even talked about Fred's ex, Laura, and what nasty people her damn family is that were always around the property.
The boy needs his ass beat.
Yeah, he probably gonna get that.
He needs it.
Eventually, he gonna get that.
He's looking at probably a decade in the pen, so
Yeah, he's
Well,
gonna
he
get his fair
he
share.
wants to play games after my daughter's disappearance.
That's what's so bad about it.
Yeah, exactly. When the police was up there at my house, I says, "You're not going to go knock on Fred Hill's door or some of these meth heads around here?" I says, "Then let me the fuck out of the way, and I'll go do it myself." And they says, "Well, we can't stop you, Mr. Wells. You're a free man." I said, "Yeah, that's right." And I went over there and I drove to his house and I about kicked the fucking door in. And he's like, oh, yeah. Well, I seen some meth heads up there on the ridge and blah, blah, blah. And talking all kinds of crazy. Yeah.
That seems awful suspicious to me.
Cannot get a straight answer out of him for nothing. And here he is playing games again on Ziggy's Live and everything else. Cannot get a straight answer out of him.
I watched that because I was trying to watch his body language and to see how he was acting. And I noticed he'd start getting anxious and he'd start rocking. That's a self-soothing mechanism. And if you study people's body, yes, when people start rocking, that's a self-soothing mechanism when they're nervous or lying, possibly.
Oh, earlier in the show, we saw the Zigster self-soothing. To the point I said, I'm glad there's not any smell-o-vision. And still wondering if she had to go to a doctor for getting that juice in her eye and ear and hair. Ew. There's a lot going on.
So you know what? I can get a hold of the behavior panel and ask them what they think about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Ask him to watch that.
Yeah.
Because another thing is he kept fluttering his eyes, like he'd flutter his eyes real fast. Like I study psychology.
I think Dawn should. Here I go again. Twice in one day. I'm agreeing with Dawn. Look at him name dropping and using his connections. My goodness. Knowing how to get shit done. I'm called the behavioral panel. Do it. Do it. I'm going to see him here in about a month or so. I might have them look into Fred and Ziggy. I doubt it's worth their time, but they might. You never know. I asked them to look at some other cases and I emailed them and they didn't do it. One was Michael Vaughn. Very, very disappointing, if you ask me. Debbie, yo, stranger, where you been? Look at that. I recognize that avatar right off. And I'm like, is that Debbie? Woo. Okay. We need to check on Kylie's nail candy. Everyone check on Kylie. She's in a bad headspace. Everybody all at once. Internet hugs for Kylie. Because she's going to have to need to self-soothe after seeing Ziggy do that. She is traumatized. Okay? Everybody, right now, I need some internet hugs and love for Kylie. You are healed, I say. You have now been healed in the name of YouTube.
College. And I'm telling you, like, so watch for that rocking. That's a self-soothing thing that people do when they're guilty. That Shanann Watson's husband, he did that same thing whenever he was being interviewed on TV. He was rocking.
and that is to try to like calm yourself down. It's subconscious. You don't even realize you're doing it.
Right, exactly.
It's like rocking your foot, tapping your foot, or getting there, jittering your knee.
You notice little kids or something, you know. If their
I
parents
will
are fighting,
call. I will call Greg and ask him what he thinks, and I will definitely get back with you on that for sure.
Yeah, you need
I will
to.
definitely
Brittany's
do
right.
that.
He is also detoxing at this time when he was
Exactly.
there rattling off. So
he's a everyday user. He shoots that crap in his arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to state the obvious, but somebody who knows a lot about somebody and still allows their family to go around that somebody. He's an everyday user. He puts that crap in his arm every day. I don't know how meth monkeys do it. I don't hang with the meth monkeys, if you know what I mean. So I would have to have a meth monkey grab the link and come up and explain it to me. What I am saying, though, is there's definitely a parallel of Don knowing so much about someone that he thinks could have done something to his daughter, but got distracted by the meth monkeys and now is going to get a hold of Greg at the behavioral panel. Woo. Like I said, Don's just kicking ass and taking names.
And
so he's probably been sick for the last week. Yeah, for the last 2 weeks.
I felt sorry for him, and I give him a black truck. I says, "You haul that stuff off, whatever, because I didn't want to clutter up my driveway." He hauled that crap off. I says, "The motor's good. It's a brand new motor, bored 30,000 over. And all he needed to do is put a harmonic balancer in it." But he hauled it straight to the junkyard for meth.
This is gold, baby. This is gold. Okay, I don't even know how to break down this sentence. Don doesn't like to junk up his driveway, so he gave Fred a truck that needs a harmonic balancer. I don't know what that means. I'm just repeating. Never come to me about mechanical advice. Oh, hell no. Actually, no advice if you want to know the truth, but, that's more of a broader term. Someone they claim to barely know because they only hang around church people, he gave him a truck that he says is worth $30,000, which Fred said hauled to the salvage yard and probably got $2,000 for it in scrap. Not gonna lie, if it's got a good motor and it's got a good transmission and all that stuff, that's pretty easy. Because they'll sell that shit and they'll make bank on it. Now, my question is, did he just give him the truck out of the kindness of his heart? Or did he want him to dump it so then they could split the money or get their drugs together? What do you all think? I have never, except for my children, given someone a vehicle. I've let them loan it. I've loaned out a vehicle for someone I really trust. Okay? Again, the question is, did St. Don just give Fred that truck because he felt bad for him? That's worth $30,000 and only needs a harmonic balancer. Okay, I just looked up the part. They're not that expensive, but the labor is expensive. Oh, well, we're dealing with geniuses. They can do a harmonic balancer, okay? Mechanical engineers we're looking at. They get all kinds of stuff done. So, scrap prices are scrap prices. That's it. So about $2,000, and he just went and scrapped the truck that Don gave him to go buy more meth. Seems to me that Dawn and Fred had themselves a little bit of a deal going on. And if I was Pruitt and Ronnie Lawson, I would have turned that auto salvage place upside down. I'd want to know how many vehicles, lawnmowers, trailers, whatever, has Fred Hill scrapped here. I want the VIN number. I want the tag number, whether it was expired or current. I want it all, because I have got to call every one of the owners of these cars and find out how Fred got the car. And Ange already picked it up. Maybe it was payment. Makes sense to me.
I think it was, oh man, I don't know.
See, that's the thing. And, that affects your brain. So, he's not going to be thinking straight in his head for a little while.
That's right.
And honestly, the best place he could be is jail, because
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that.
I mean,
Yep. That's right.
at least they'll keep him off that crap for his head to get right. And maybe he might have an answer to something. And then they can give him a lie detector test. And then maybe they'll get somewhere.
Yeah, I agree with you. There was a lot of traffic coming in and out of our hauler because of Fred Hill. He needs to own up to this shit. That fucking.
We'll come back to that. I see some comments are getting deleted that don't need to be deleted. I understand. The mod squad is busy. It's busy. It's busy. Other things going on at the house, but some people may not think about it that way. And I mean, it is offensive if someone just says me too and their comments deleted. So let's just be a little mindful or just listen. Okay. Oh, what's her name? What's up, girl? Said, I think hauling cars is code for selling meth. I think it could be a code too, but we do know for a fact that he has salvaged a lot of cars. He has.
There was a lot of traffic coming in and out of our hauler because of Fred Hill. He needs to own up to this shit. That fucking asshole needs to own up that he's the fucking reason that all that traffic was coming in and out of our hauler. And I want to beat his ass so bad and make him realize this.
Wow. Don says a lot. First off,
Dawn does say a lot. And whether anybody wants to take it seriously or not, that is a lot of info. Okay? Clyda Trent, in that short conversation with the chick from Georgia that turned into a witch, that was a lot of information. Okay, so now I want to give some props to Ryan Finds Truth. I do. Poor guy's getting sued by Ziggy, along with Nana for Life and Six Up. I can't imagine what Nana for Life did, but like I said, we ride at dawn. Ryan spoke to one of the Hill crew, and again was very interesting because we know right now that the center of the investigation as we speak today, March 30th, 2026, is around Van Hill Road. That could change. That certainly could change. But right now, that's what they're investigating. Tell you what, Dawn, you are something else, man. Not gonna lie. Oh, shit, the bed. That's my show. Okay, this is from Ryan Finds Truth, talking about Van Hill Road. Matter of fact, the word of the day is hill. Hill, 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 hill. Kylie, let's ride. Nobody upsets Nana for life. Nope. And you don't have to see eye to eye with Nana. You don't. She's not that type of person at all. She's corrected me on things many times. No sweat off her back. And then we just move along. She knows my intentions and I know hers. She's not a petty person at all. And this is just really not a cool thing to do to her. But hey, some people support it. What can I do?
And they told me the property was closed and told me to leave the property.
They told you to leave?
Yes. It was closed to leave.
Okay.
So I did.
Did they know who you were? You were his son?
I announced myself.
Okay.
Like I told them, and they had no concern. Second time I went back, it was just a cold shoulder. So I went back home. I eat. About 20 minutes later, I decided to go back, and I just pulled even further up into the property until I was like kind of pushing people out of the way with the side by side. And then I didn't leave when they told me to. And finally, a TBI agent came back and started speaking to me. And I told him who I was, and he told me, well, his version of what was going on.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was kind of a joke. I mean, a waste of time, not a joke. And pretty much they were wasting their time.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd really get into the middle of it and figure out what was really going on. So I suggested that they might want to know where the remains are buried. And that got a lot of attention, and I finally was accepted amongst the crowd.
OMG. Okay. This is just from a few weeks ago when he talks to I'm just going to say relative of Fred's. All arrows are pointing to anything that looks like a hill or rhymes with hill or has the name Hill. I don't know. I've heard some rumors about the Bill Shipley fight, and Bill rhymes with Hill, and it kind of seems like it was over summer or drugs. Broken Gothal, is the Van Hill investigation still ongoing? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so he gets to the property. I guess after he heard there's a bunch of cops there. My understanding is there was a bunch of officers there, a bunch of officers. And they were like, no, you can't come on the property. And he's like, well, you might want to know where her remains are. Okay. Now that really got me going. And so then they let him on the property. Now, the question is, does he know where Summer is, or does he just want to get on the property because he wants to keep an eye on what law enforcement is doing?
TBI was following a lead that was detailed in the warrant that they had in hand, which we'll get to in a moment. But when Frank mentioned remains, they stopped treating him like an outsider and decided to start letting him show them parts of the land that were important. Frank signed a consent form, and then the search of the area that involved where the hogs were buried ensued.
I followed up with when he slaughters, any livestock, he takes it to my property, which is next door. I have 7.5 acres, and he buries it there because I have a big compost pile. They wanted to ask if they could search it or look at it, whatever, and I told them, have at it. Like, get it over with, get it done. I don't want to deal with all this. So
Consent form and everything.
yes, full consent form. Like,
You just wanted them done with it.
yeah.
Okay, so he's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. But now this is what gives me the EBGBs. They were concerned about the hog farm and where the hogs get slaughtered. If he's telling the truth, and that is truly the case, Summer will never be found. Never. And I don't need to tell you why. Kylie said, so he can keep an eye on law enforcement. IMO.
Yeah, it was just wasted my tax money, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we went out to my property and they searched it. They ran several cadaver dogs over it. I don't know how long it took, maybe an hour, I guess.
Okay.
And that was it. They were done.
While Frank's land was cleared in an hour, his father Paul's property was completely dismantled. Divers searched the pond, agents searched the house and the barn. They left behind a mess, but no arrests.
I got this other one.
Is that the black part's his? Search warrant was for any documentation or parts pieces related to the Tacoma. That was what the warrant was for. He actually admitted that.
That is the
Well,
only.
that's what he told you.
This is the only thing that, yeah.
Did they tell you at any point what the reason they had showed up?
He said related to the Summer Wells case.
Okay, that's all they said until that message when he admitted.
And that's because I interrogated him. I bugged him to the point that he gave me something.
So where is the truck now?
I would have asked immediately for the warrant to find out what the probable cause was, but they said this has to do with Summer Wells. Okay. So I don't think he was confused when he pulled up and he saw all the cop cars. Okay. Now they say they cleared his property in an hour. Cleared is not a word that law enforcement uses. It's normally, because I watch a lot of Law and Order SVU, whichever it is. It's never cleared. It's like if we need anything else, we'll come back. Getting really tired of these shady mofos saying things like cleared. Oh, they cleared it real quick. No, they got what they needed for now, dipshit. They're not your buddies. They're not your friends. Okay? When they show up to your house with a freaking question, we're on two different sides of the fence.
Frank insists his father's truck never had a ladder rack and didn't match the BOLO or Be on the Lookout flyer. He also admits the truck is gone. And the story of where it went involves a series of confusing updates by the TBI. Frank told me that the truck was sold to a local buyer first. He claims he even saw it a year later at a gas station in Baileyton, fixed up with a new hood and a bed liner. There were rumors going around about the Tacoma that the PI said it ended up in South America. There's some rumors about it being sold at one point. What do you know about the truck? Just your own personal.
I've got factual information of what I see in my own eyes, and I have.
Okay, if the red truck is his dad's, I don't give a shit about the ladder rack. He could have had one on that day and it was quickly taken off. All right? They are removable. They truly are. Could really care less about the ladder rack. They switched the title over when they got rid of it. They can easily do a title search to find out if it's in South America or if it's the truck Frank saw with the new bed liner at the gas station. These are not confusing topics, Frank.
My suspicion of how it might have ended up out of the country if it did.
Okay.
But start with, the truck had like 400,000 miles on it. It was, these were not gentle miles. These were work miles.
Farm truck, right?
Yes. I'm talking like it was falling apart. The truck never went up for sale. Someone offered money for it. Like they offered to buy it and it went. I mean, it's that simple. I remember it was at a house in Baileyton for a long time. I remember seeing it like sitting there. Like
After you sold it? After your dad sold it?
Yeah, after he sold it. It sat there for a long time. And then I seen the guy at the gas station and talked to him just a brief moment, and he was just listing all the things he had to replace on it. And just, it looked a lot better than it did. A whole lot better, actually.
So you had actually talked to him about it?
Yeah.
So the truck in question was sold. I'm not saying it's the truck. I'm not saying that at all. As far as it being maroon or red, that's really neither here nor there, because there's a lot of people that see colors a different way. Like they're good with black and white, but they don't get shades. You know what I mean? Like my husband could see Uli's car, which is a bright turquoise, and he would just call it blue. Okay. So if I'm trying to find Uli in a blue car, I'd be shit out of luck. All right? That's the truth. So whoever reported it said red. And we're hearing a lot about Baileytown too. If I find out it turns out to be Baileytown Hill, almost shit a brick.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 5 minutes in parking lot, like listen.
This is a person who lives in the neighborhood?
I don't know. It was parked at that house, and then after I seen it at the gas station and talked to the guy, I never noticed it at the house again. So
your dad did the sale. You don't know who he sold it to?
No.
Frank describes the situation as a 400,000-mile work truck.
You don't know who the guy is, but your dad sold him the truck with 400,000 miles on it that hadn't been used in years. It had just been sitting there collecting dust. You recognize the truck, and you have a long convo with the guy about bed liners and shit, but you don't know who he is. Beaver, Brooks, you may want to be at Boobs Live at 12:30. Going to clear some things up. I don't know who Boobs is. Who's Boobs am I supposed to see at 12:30? Are you showing me your boobs at 12:30? I'm good, girl.
That was sold locally and likely ended up in a well-known export pipeline to the south.
No, this whole South American thing, if you are from the if anywhere near the interstate, any of the exits, the truck stops, it's not uncommon to see a Toyota or a Nissan pickup, older, used, towing another one. And in the bed of them, there'll be either stuff like boxes moving, or sometimes four-wheelers, motorcycles, whatever, and they're in tow and they're headed south.
Why do they do that?
Well, you can't take lump sums of money over the border, can you?
Well, that's how they bring money. They're paying.
This is going insane. I don't know how Ryan Finds Truth followed this conversation. Okay, we've got a dead ass truck in the driveway, 400,000 miles. That might not be a truck that was on Ben Hill Road the day of. It gets sold. We don't know to who, but I recognize the truck. Talk to the guy about the bed liner, but it could be in South America now, and you can't take a lot of money across the border. This is an interview I would either be, I don't even know how I would handle this conversation. Either way, I'm glad Ryan did it.
Payment that they earned here. That's how they bring it across.
Yeah.
So when you heard about it, you assumed that must have been the case. That's how it ended up there.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first thing to come to mind.
To Frank, this wasn't a conspiracy. It was just the normal life cycle of a beat-up farm truck. Rumors of a connection between the Hills and the Wells family were fueled by a single night in 2022, a car crash at 1 a.m. where Paul Hill gave Don Wells a ride home. When Don crashed on that corner, the picture you showed me of Don crashing.
Yeah, he took Don home.
It is true that your dad took Don home that night?
Mm-hmm.
Were they friends? Or was that just like helping a neighbor out?
No, that was like somebody wrecked.
No. Do you need some water, Frank? Because your pants are on fire. What are you talking about? No. Paul knows Fred, and obviously Dawn knows Fred very well. I don't know the area well enough to say why Dawn was on their road, on Van Hill Road, very, very late at night. And he just happens to get spotted by Paul Hill, which what I'm understanding is everyone says he is a salt of the earth, great guy, just kind of has, some shady people in the fam, But you don't sit there in that little bitty area and say you don't know each other. You got strong connections.
Literally at the end of your driveway, you have your neighbors are not close by. It's late at night, and Don walked up to Dad's house because it's either that or take off walking down the roads that
Yeah, it was at night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's dark.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I found out there's a wreck. I went out. I didn't know whose it was. I didn't find out till days later.
Oh, that's when you just went to check it out?
Yeah. But yeah, it's near my property.
So that's when you took the picture?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you can see, there's nobody.
Okay, let's see it. Is that the wreck? Oh, yeah. Yeah, looks like it. That looks very far off the hill, just from what I'm looking at. So did they just hear something and come running down Hell's Half Acre to help Dawn? Or was Dawn leaving one of their homes and got on his cell phone saying, I need a ride home because I just wrecked and I'm drunk AF? I'm going to go with Dawn called them. Probably Paul, because he's an older gentleman that doesn't hang the way Dawn does. Or he could have called Frank, and Frank's like, let me call my dad. Let me call my dad. Let me call my dad. And then Paul took him home, because Paul did take him home. He was like, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And we just all happened to be up. And we just all happened to look out our front porches that are way up above this hill. Just happened to see old Donnie Wells wrecked. So went to help him. Kylie's and Candy. No way scrap cars would be that much. I've had to scrap one car before, and we got like $600. Fred says it's $2,000. It runs about $2,000. So I'm not in the scrap business, and I'm not in the Fred business, girlfriend. But I was confused by that number too.
Anywhere. And
did he hit the pole? It looked like
yeah, he didn't hit it hard. He hit the ditch, and then it kind of.
So he did take Dawn home. Other than that, they're just neighbors. They know each other's neighbors, not friends. They've never hung out.
No. Days later, I asked my dad about whose Subaru. Like, who was that? He said, I don't think he said his name. I think he said up there where that girl went missing or something like that.
Okay. That's how he described it.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, he said, took him home. Okay. I can't remember if I called or somebody else called county that night, because where it was in the curve is kind of in a bad spot. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like I just text Belton and they send somebody else. That's how frequent it happens. So.
Do you remember all of the rumors of neighbors saying the dirt was being hauled off the property during and after the search? Me too. In fact, at the time, I believe that was evidence the authorities had found something on the property. Unfortunately, there was a nearby business doing work, and what neighbors saw was pure coincidence.
The whole rumors about the excavation or the dirt.
Well, that is interesting, because everything was blowing up in the Summer Wells groups. I mean, the rumors were hitting everywhere that they saw some sort of excavation going on. Ryan's saying it's purely coincidence, and he's taking Frank's word for it. I don't know if I am. I just don't know if I'm going to take old boy's word for it, that nobody was on the property digging for anything. For one, he nervously laughs. And when people throw a laugh in when something's not funny, it's supposed to try to make you feel calm. You know what I mean? It's like me talking to Ange, and she's just like, hey, girl, should I shave off my eyebrows? Oh, my gosh, you better not. Not that Ange would do that. But you know what I'm saying? He throws in a lot of laughter. And we're talking about Summer Wells. So I'm not sure that they didn't do more of a search than what he's claiming. I don't care about his daddy's barn shit getting knocked over. They were there for a reason with a warrant.
Fortunately, there was a nearby business doing work, and what neighbors saw was pure coincidence.
The whole rumors about the excavation or the dirt and all that. So there's a property like on down the road from mine that they've been digging out behind the house. Well, there's another property on Beach Creek that they've been taking the dirt and dumping it there. Just it has nothing to do with anything, but there's a white Dodge pulling a dump trailer going up and down the road.
Up and down Van Hill.
Up and down Van Hill. Had been for weeks during, all this going on.
Oh man, that's why everyone thought.
Exactly, because there was
No. The neighbor said that day, if this excavation project had been going on for weeks, they would say, oh, no, it's just kind of like the normal job they're doing over there. They said no, all of them. If this has been going on for weeks and it's no big deal, the neighbors wouldn't have mentioned it. Many a neighbor mentioned it. And as far as them using CBs, my dad used to have a CB. My husband still has one because, he drives a tractor trailer. They're not using CBs because they're a CDL driver or because they're big fans of Smokey and the Bandit. Okay? That's not what they're doing. They know it's a way to communicate without being caught.
no excavation equipment. Like, no one brought excavation equipment. And it's not like they're going to hop on ours and use it.
Yeah.
So if anything left there, it was in like a shoebox, something small. It wasn't.
But you didn't see them? Did you see them take anything at all off?
No.
Okay, so you didn't see them take anything?
No. It was, there's people everywhere standing. Was most of what I seen. That was it. Just literally.
Just people standing around while they were searching?
Yeah.
Yeah. The main reason we really wanted to do this was partially for the community, the people who don't know you guys directly, haven't talked to you, because they're all sitting there in pins and needles waiting for something to come out. You know what I mean?
The people that actually know us, the ones that we actually, their opinion that we actually validate,
care about.
Yeah. There's no issues.
Yeah.
Like I've not lost, all my customers, I've not lost any customers. Matter of fact, it kind of ramped business up a little bit because they're like, oh, hey.
What customers? Does anybody know what Frank does for a living? He said, I racked up more customers because people in the community know what great people we are. And truth be known, Fred is very familiar with his family's property. Them searching Frank and Paul and having questions about the truck and, saying they were there because of Summer Wells doesn't necessarily mean they have anything to do with it. Now, is Randy Hill being looked into? I certainly hope so. But we have too many family members that say they never talked to Randy Hill. Well, I would like to talk to Randy Hill. I would like to know if he was truly trimming trees on 110 on June 15th, 2021. I want to know if he works for the county, which I seriously doubt, or if he was doing some sort of community service, which I do believe that. All these people know each other. They're either freaking related to them or they know them.
It's like they had an excuse to call me.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm talking to you.
But the people who haven't had a chance to talk to you guys may only know you as acquaintances in the community, and they're wondering if something's going to come out of this. In your opinion, it's done, probably. They did the search, they left.
If they found anything or if there was actually anything behind it, why has there been, well, they would have loved to make an arrest.
Yeah.
Especially, you got a sheriff going out of office. I'm sure you'd love to have that, as a
solve the case.
So, I mean, that's a good motivation right there.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Any last words you want to say about this whole case?
People need to get their priorities straight with the case. I'm not trying to hate on anybody or nothing like that. I mean, I know people are trying to make a living, make money, and all that, but it's just not. There's some moral issues that
I cannot stand being preached to or given moral advice by someone whose freaking property was just searched for a missing little girl. People need to get their priorities straight. No shit, Sherlock. They damn sure do. Mama Bear's, not that Mama Bear, the one in here, her priorities are straight. Angie's are straight. Kylie's are straight. We've been talking about this missing little girl for a very long time. This is not about money. This is crazy. You know who makes money from us talking? YouTube. So I will not take a lecture from someone whose property and home was searched in relation to Summer Wells, and their daddy's property was searched, and they said left demolished. And their daddy happened to take Dawn Wells home.
struggle with on that. There's things to profit off of. There's all kinds of things to profit off of. And there's proper ways to profit. But spreading nonsense. I mean, start a series, the Summer Wells Chronicles, but don't put it in true crime. There's...
You're saying focus on her case. Focus on her.
When it comes to her case, it's about her. It's not about who said what or whatever. I mean, people can point fingers all day long, and all it does is cause confusion. The energy that is being put into the BS and the unnecessary drama, if you took that energy, can you imagine what could be accomplished? I'm talking, there'd be so much that people could accomplish. They could turn their lives around. I mean, really, the same amount of energy is just getting displaced. Listen to it. If you can't figure out that it's either, majority of it's just clickbait or dramatified, like people arguing amongst each other, not even about anything to do with Summer. I mean, if you can't process that for yourself, then, I mean, what good is it going to do me to say anything?
Yeah.
I mean, since I didn't follow up, or I've not followed it, and I just dove into it, imagine that. It's like, imagine watching this big long series, and you're all of a sudden, you go to your friend's house and they're like, hey, we're on season 6, come on in. And it's got a really deep storyline. You're like, what? And you have, there's so many things that are so insignificant that are irrelevant. They don't matter to you because you didn't get fed into the site or into the whole circle of things.
Coming in cold, it must feel like a madhouse.
I'd say the worst thing that's happened to the case has been the unnecessary drama, the misleading, intentional, dramatified information that has completely turned everything upside down. In 4.5 years, you could look at YouTube as propaganda. It's that long, you're going to believe it. Even if you were there and seen it for yourself, after you hear it for so long, your story is going to start changing. Your reality of what happened is going to start changing.
That's a good point.
I mean, look at people's stories.
Yeah. Do you think that has caused harm to Summer's case?
I guarantee, how has it not?
Yeah.
Because then you're sitting there like, okay, this person's story just changed, but did their reality of what happened change? It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. If you look at the reason why any of it came about is because of Summer. In that aspect, think of that versus what majority of stuff you're seeing. It's sad. It's really sad that it's like vultures, like almost making a mockery of it. But that's why I contacted you, because you actually had actual information. Like, you didn't, I don't know. It didn't seem like he was fabricating everything.
Frank Hill came forward to clear his family's name and respond to the rampant and far-reaching rumors spreading across the internet. And in doing so, he gave us the missing context of this investigation. We now know the TBI had a specific theory about the red Toyota Tacoma. We know they ran cadaver dogs over the property, and they searched the entire property and all structures with a fine-tooth comb. We now know the dirt neighbors reported getting hauled away were not from Paul Hill's property. And while Frank didn't see them removing anything from the property, he can't be certain whether or not they actually found anything. But he believes the time that has passed without any arrest or follow-up seems to indicate they didn't. Frank calls the Van Hill search a waste of taxpayer money. Investigators call it following the evidence. But one thing is certain.
I am so glad that he said that. Frank calls it a waste of taxpayer money. Frank, thank you for worrying about taxpayer money. That is so much more important than Summer. Yes, I wouldn't know what to do with myself if my friends from Tennessee called and go, "Oh my God, they just searched Van Hill Road for Summer. That's a waste of my money here in Tennessee." That's awesome, Frank. But Ryan says the investigators call it following the evidence. They had evidence. My goodness. That's a perfect statement.
See them removing anything from the property, he can't be certain whether or not they actually found anything. But he believes the time that has passed without any arrest or follow-up seems to indicate they didn't. Frank calls the Van Hill search a waste of taxpayer money. Investigators call it following the evidence. But one thing is certain. The search on Van Hill Road wasn't random. It was the result of specific leads and warrants. And from our vantage point, it would appear that what has come out of this search is not the story of a large criminal syndicate, but of a family with a clean record caught in the crosshairs of a tragedy. I'm Ryan. Thank you all for following.
Absolutely crazy. I don't know if I believe Frank or not. It all comes out in the wash, if you know what I mean. It all comes out in the wash, but too many things are shady. There's way too many things pointing to the Hill family, which, by the way, also includes the Bernard family. They're all related. They're all related. So, I mean, I'm really on the fence about if he's telling the truth or not. I guarantee there's some truth in there. He showed up, they had the property, and then he wanted to get on the property, see what they were doing. And he said, well, do you want to know where her remains are? Now, some counties in some states would call that probable cause for arrest, just saying something like that. That is the truth, my friends. That statement, for some reason, I'm not believing. I think they let him on his own property because it is his property. Okay? But he's the one that keeps bringing up the pigs. The pigs, the pigs, the pigs. Want to know where they get slaughtered. Want to know more about the truck. It's absolutely nuts. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow we have 2 shows, so make sure you're subscribed. And, you know, the reminder helps. Matter of fact, YouTube is so on it, they showed 2 people in the chat when we can clearly see there's more. And halfway through the show, YouTube sent me a reminder that my ass was talking to all of you. My goodness, YouTube. You had one job to do today. So I will see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Time. And the one at noon, just want you to get ready for, because it's a pretty nasty one. So enjoy the rest of your MoTab Monday. Love you. Mod Squad, you're amazing. I will see you soon.